DVD Era TV back at y'all with another one. Y'all know the slogan. Today we gonna talk about Shyheim, the rugged child, growing up in the music industry, him being cut, and his time spent in jail. Now let's get into it.
Mixtapes and DVDs is my era.
Facts.
We did it better.
Yep.
Pelly leathers,
Facts.
ACG boots. We 80s babies and early 90s when it got grimy.
real.
I was out of this world, you could not find me unless you checked the lobby. Hustling was my hobby. We was lobby boys
Yep.
before Jim Jones. You could catch me in Harlem eating Jimbos.
Now, Shyheim, the rugged child, is a rapper out of Staten Island, New York, who's known to have a close affiliation with the Wu-Tang Clan. In 1994, Shyheim dropped his debut album for Shyheim, aka The Rugged Child, under Virgin Records, with singles for On and On, Pass It Off, and Ones for the Money. The same year Shyheim album was released, he will be also featured on his mentor Big Daddy Kane's sixth album, Daddy's Home, on a single Show and Prove, with featured Source Money, Jayz, and R0BBED. Now, a year later in 1995, Shyheim would do a legendary freestyle at Madison Square Garden along with Big Daddy Kane, Biggie, and Tupac, the same year when Shyheim was featured in TLC Waterfall video. In May 1996, Shyheim released his sophomore album For the Lost Generation, which featured artists such as Smooth the Hustler, Trigger the Gambler, Killer Sin, and Raekwon, and he also made his movie debut in Original Gangsters. Shyheim would go on and act and play in movies such as The Preacher's Wife, In Too Deep, and Robert Townsend's show, The Parenthood. Now, after Shyheim dropped his Lost Generation album and became somewhat a successful actor, Shyheim will find himself in a situation he might not made it out of. Now, in 1997, Shyheim will be in a club in Staten Island and thousands of dollars worth of jewelry where he was attacked and robbed by several guys, where he got his face cut with a box cutter, leaving him to get 350 stitches.
I'm wearing $100,000 worth of jewelry, money in my pocket. I definitely think jewelry and things of that was the spark of it.
Now, one of the guys who were involved with the attack on Shyheim actually got to sit down with him, and these two spoke and put their differences and beef aside, and they still speak to this day. Now, after Shyheim went through the whole cutting situation, it seems like his acting and rapping career took a turn for the worse, even though he still managed to get a role in the In Too Deep movie with LL Cool J and Omar Epps, and released his album for Man-Child in 1999. Now, the Man-Child album had singles for Man-Child and featured artists like Big L, Method Man, and Ray J. Now, around this time, it seemed like Shyheim was no longer just a young kid rapper rapping about situations he was seeing in his neighborhood, and he actually started to live the life that he was rapping about. Because not too long after releasing his Man-Child album, Shyheim will be arrested for robbery. On July 2002, Shyheim was sentenced to a year in prison after catching a second-degree attempt robbery charge. On November 4th, 2003, Shyheim was released from prison. Shyheim came home in the DVD era and got back on his grind, pushing his music, and put out his fourth album For the Greatest Story Never Told under Bottom Up Records. And he also dropped his Disrespectfully Speaking album in 2009. But that wouldn't be the end of Shyheim legal issues. In 2013, Shyheim house was raided and the cops found guns and drugs. A .32 revolver, Xanax pills on his nightstand, a scale, and plastic bags. Shyheim was charged with second-degree criminal possession of a weapon and third-degree criminal possession of a controlled substance. Now, while being home after being released on those charges, on New Year's 2014, Shyheim was speeding and ran a red light and crashed into Felipe Avila car. Shyheim fled the scene where Felipe was pronounced dead. Shyheim would then turn himself in, and that same year he pled guilty to second-degree manslaughter and was sentenced to 14 years in prison, where he served his manslaughter and gun and drug charges concurrent. But he will be released from prison in 2020. Shyheim is currently home, alive, and well, and seems to be living his life on a more positive and righteous path, following his religion and beliefs. Now, in the whole situation, I feel like Shyheim definitely got a second shot at life, being charged with manslaughter, guns, and drug charges. He definitely could have got a lot more time, you get what I'm saying? And I also feel like Shyheim should be celebrated a little more because he's very legendary. A kid rapper that was running with Wu-Tang Clan when Wu-Tang Clan was the hottest thing in the industry. I really feel like his situation, his story is really dope. But anyway, jump in my comment section and let me know what's your favorite song by Shyheim. Mine's is Man Child. But this is just a story I wanted to touch up on because I feel like it ain't a lot of light shined on it. You get what I'm saying? I feel like Shyheim kind of get overlooked. So I just wanted to bring a little light to it. But anyway, if you're a fan of these old hip-hop stories, tell a friend and tell a friend about my page. Like, comment, subscribe, and more exclusive content coming. And I'm out. 1.